Hello and welcome into this RNN News Break right here on Racing News Now. As always, I'm your host Garth Allen. Thank you once again for joining me today. If this is your first time catching a Racing News Now video, consider going down below to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss a thing going forward from RNN. On today's RNN News Break, it has finally been announced Michael Self will be running full-time in the 2019 ARCA Racing Series season, driving that number 25 Sinclair Oil Toyota for Venturini Motorsports. Sinclair Oil stepped up in a huge way this season to sponsor all 20 races for Michael to be able to put him in the seat for the full season. This will be Michael's first full season in the ARCA Racing Series. We had a chance to catch up with Michael earlier today to chat about this big announcement and what he has upcoming in store for us this season. So let's go ahead and go to that, and then we'll talk more details on this announcement. And we're now joined by Michael Self, who had a big announcement today. Michael, you're running full-time this season for Venturini Motorsports in 2019. How's that feel?
It feels pretty amazing. This is something that my family and I have worked on for a long time, and we've put a lot of effort in with Sinclair to try and get to this point, and it feels just good for a couple of reasons. To know that I'm going to go race 20 times this year, which is the most I've really pretty much ever raced in my life in 1 year. That just feels incredible. To know that I get to do something that I love that often and that many times, and with a competitive team, being Venturini Motorsports. And on the other hand, it feels great to know that Sinclair has seen enough value out of what we've been doing to where they want to come back, and they've committed to more races year after year. Now they've made this commitment at this level to compete full time and to give me that opportunity. So a lot of things to look forward to, and also I think a lot of things to be proud of and know that we've made really tremendous gains on the business side of it, off the track as well with them.
Right. So you had so much success last year in a partial schedule. I mean, you won those two races, Daytona and Chicago last year, and had so many other great runs in the few starts that you made. How much confidence does that give you coming into this year, being able to run the full season for a championship?
It gives me a lot. And I look at my ARCA schedule as a whole. I think I've run around 19 races or something, and I think I have 11 top fives, but I think I also have 11 top tens. So when I look at it, when I finish a race, I usually finish really well. Knock on wood, that's what I have to keep in mind and what I kind of have to go off of this year. And there have been too many races that have been, DNFs, where we've wrecked out or had a problem or something. You can't have those when you're going and running for a championship, because that'll kill it. So I have a lot of confidence in myself, a lot of confidence in the crew that's going to be around me on the 25 car, a lot of confidence in the equipment and the personnel that we have at Venturini Motorsports. It should all be there. Every piece should be there. It's just putting the entire thing together, and that really comes down to me being smart, both on and off the track.
Now, you mentioned your relationship with Sinclair, your sponsor. You're repping them with that hat you got on right now. What does that partnership mean to you, that they've supported you this much and that they're going to be on the car for every race this season?
Well, it means the world to me. There was a time where I didn't get to race at all because I didn't have any sponsorship, and I made it my goal to figure out how I could get myself back in a race car, and that meant I was going to have to come up with some sponsorship that wasn't family related at all, didn't come from any kind of connection, that just came from doing the legwork of getting a sponsor and putting things together. And to know that we went in, that my dad, my wife, and I initially went in with a plan and were able to get one race out of them in 2016. To know that that's grown to this point makes me feel so good, like I said before, because it shows that we've been successful and that we've done enough to make Sinclair happy, to where they've been able to justify this additional spend. And again, it gives me more confidence because they believe in me and they believe in what we're doing, and they make it so much fun. And to have a sponsor like them on our car, that I think has been so attractive to the fans and has garnered so much attention, that makes every weekend something to really look forward to outside of just getting to drive. It's getting to represent an incredible company, and a company that believes in me, and it's something that you can feel good about all around.
Right. So lastly here, let's talk about today. You're down there in Daytona right now for preseason testing. All of you guys were very fast today, so just talk about that. Talk about how ready are you for Daytona?
Yeah, I think the four Venturini cars that we had today were all really strong. we were able to finish the day first through fourth with the drafting we did together as a team. Tried a couple different scenarios of drafting, and we were able to run pretty quick in each scenario, so that gives you a lot of confidence in each car. And that's great. I mean, it shows that all of our cars have speed. We knew that our cars had speed by themselves. They obviously have speed together, but the fact of the matter is it's very unlikely that the four of us will be together when we come back for the race. So, you kind of got to take that for what it's worth and know that you're excited about it and that we do have a good car, but also keep things in reality to know that there's 30 other cars and that you're going to get paired with them, and you just have to have something that works well. So I think we have a little bit of work left to do on the 25 Sinclair Oil Toyota. We weren't quite where we wanted to be. We were a little bit off of the 15 car as far as overall speed, so we'd like to catch up to them and make a little bit of gains at it, but we've got plenty of time here and another day tomorrow that we can work at it and then go back, and if we're still scratching our heads, we got a lot of time before we come back to race.
All right, well, Michael, thanks for joining us today, and congratulations and good luck this season for your first full-time season.
Awesome. Thanks, Garth. I appreciate it.
And we want to thank Michael one more time for coming on and joining us today. It's always a pleasure talking to him, and we wish him nothing but the best this season in 2019 as he races for his first ARCA Racing Series championship. So let's take a look at Michael's career stats thus far in the ARCA Racing Series. He mentioned them a little bit in the interview, so I thought we'd go ahead and look at them here because he does have some interesting stats here in the ARCA Racing Series. As he mentioned, he has 11 top fives in 19 total starts in the ARCA Racing Series. That's a really good number. But he also has 11 top 10s, which means no finishes between 6th through 10th. So as he mentioned, it's been one way or the other. Either he finishes really well, or he finishes really bad, crashes out, whatever. So that is one thing that I will say probably does need to be looked at, and he knows that, and he said that in the interview. That's one thing that needs to be addressed this season is it's not always the best to go for the win if you don't have a winning car, if you can't quite get it there. Sometimes it's okay to settle for 5th or 6th or 7th if it means you have a good points day. So that's something I'm sure he knows and will keep in mind throughout this season. But he does have 3 wins thus far in the ARCA Racing Series. Of course, won his first race in 2017 in the season finale at Kansas. Backed that up at the next race at the season opener last season, 2018 at Daytona. And then went on to win again at Chicago in the summer. Some really good stats out of Michael Self. Picked up his first pole this past season as well at Talladega. He has really lit things up in the ARCA Racing Series, made things extremely competitive. And I expect nothing less this season in 2019 as he races for the championship. But I believe that's all we got for you today on this RNN News Break. So if you haven't done it already, go down below, hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications so you don't miss a thing going forward from RNN. And while you're down there, why don't you hit that big thumbs up button if you like the video. It's much appreciated when you do. We're getting so close now to Daytona. We're counting down the weeks, and we're ready to get racing back in full swing and to get those cars roaring from the World Center of Speed. So, at that, this has been an RNN News Break. I'm Garth Allen for Racing News Now.